What's up, Lucky Gamers? Is Lucky Luck. So today we're going to be talking about some of these buffs that these characters can be getting. Now, Gordon from Pridwin did say, yo, bro, take these with a grain of salt. But, hey, I'm still just going to be like, oh, so this is what the character's going to do. Because, I don't know, like, it's probably going to be around that. Uh, I did gloss over some of them, and some of them seem a little like, crazy. But I'm excited. All right, so, Miss New Babble. Shield enhancement. Casting a new wave will repair the HP of shields, wow, from other characters if applied before casting can go over the original shield value. Wow. Also increase all allied counter damage, drastically increases own shield values, and converts a part of the shield value into crit rate for all allies. What? After a certain amount of counters are triggered per round, automatically repairs present shields. What? Okay. So, I'm gonna talk about some of these as well. So, repairing shields is cool. The only thing is though, is that you need characters that can actually make large shields. So you have like Ezra, Babel, and Joe being like the main shield characters to really talk about. Jay can make a large shield with his everything being based off of attack, having lower attack, having a higher rank on the incantation, which like that's usually his problem with the fact that his shields last for 2 turns, is that sometimes the shields aren't large enough for him to be able to consistently counter. So Babel can help, but also I guess like putting Babel on the same team as Jay is a very interesting situation. I mean, you're giving him crit rate, which helps him get up to 100%. But I'm thinking like, so do we move into a new meta where like we're not having to heal and we can just consistently shield, right? Like we're shielding so much that we don't need to heal because of the shield characters. That would be nice. That would be really, really nice if we could do that. But I know like Jay's shield is very specific, so you want to make sure that like with healing his shield that it still counts for his counter. But then she also increases all ally counter damage as well, and it can automatically repair the shield. So this is because Jay does a lot of counters. Um and I'm sure the counters are from this last part here, the counters might be from her, but if it's from allies, it's really good. Um, but hopefully we see more with this, and it'd be really interesting because yeah, Jay and Babel are two characters that can shield and counter at the same time. So it's really interesting. But I like it. I don't think it's gonna be meta, but I do like it. But that's pretty much all I have to say. Lilia, Red Crossbow, uh, ultimate specialization. So excess crit rate is converted into, I think she gets like new bullets or something like that, right? Excess crit rate is converted into crit damage. Caster gains a stackable ult might buff and additional Moxy upon triggering a crit. Okay. Improved extra actions and further increases the ult might gained. Okay, so you have the progression. You have two different ways that you can build her. Or you can make her an ult character where she can stack, and that's kind of what she was doing. She was able to stack ult might. You can do the conversion, and she gets, crazy buffs from there. Now, making her an ult might character is interesting, but I think I'd rather the second one with the bullet because incantation damage is buffed up by a lot of characters. But I don't know, the ult might be crazy. We'll have to see. But with the bullet specialization, we already know. We talking about low para. Um, a unique bullet effect that converts excess crit rate into crit damage. The only thing is that with her conversion, how's it going to work? Because low para has a conversion. Is that going to conflict in some kind of way? Or I don't see it stacking in any way. because stacking crit conversion seems interesting. Improves the frequency of extra actions, which is really nice. After triggering a bullet, an amount of times per round greatly increases damage dealt by own incantations. Since we are able to give her the crit rate and the crit damage that she needs, I could see this working. But that ult might one, where based off of her triggering a crit, she gets extra ult might and additional Moxy. That's really cool. We'll have to see how they work. I have to see how much it is to do the to use them. I have both of these characters R10, so I am intrigued by these. Sufuri, whatever, however you say this one. So Sotheby. Let's see how this one works. Cure Enhancement. Oh, they're buffing up the Cure. Cure is stackable. Okay. Automatically triggers if the carrier takes a hit while below a certain % of their max HP. Okay. Cure and poison, healing and damage enhanced respectively. Okay. Incantations will apply additional cure and poison stacks. Okay. So they gave something to Cure because in her last raid buff, it wasn't really doing anything for Cure. It made Cure kind of just like useless. But this allows her to be a little bit of a healer. Not fully, but a little bit of a healer. And I say not fully because people aren't really convinced about Cure. But since it's stackable, that is passable. And because if you're using the AP on Sotheby, it just felt like it was a waste to use the Cure. Because if she's able to, like, if Sotheby gets to a point where she could, like, heal, like, a team, like a poison team, like, while, yes, Vila is really good on a poison team, if Sotheby could keep them all alive, that would be great. Like, if you just had Sotheby and Kakanya, and you're able to keep your team alive, and you can drop off Vila, then you can just put Willow and Tuesday together, and still just do crazy things with that, and just make all full Genesis, if you can get it to work. Especially, I'm talking P0, obviously. But, yeah. Because I think they definitely were trying to balance out what she had did before with raids. But I do like that they're trying to improve her heal. Which is great that they're doing this, because I'm going to be getting this when we try her out with Willow. Alright, Winifred Eternity. Life Loss Enhancement. All allies lose HP upon attacking. Whoa. Upon entering combat, increase all allies' max HP. Whoa. In addition, reduce the damage taken of all allies. How much is that max HP increase? Because characters like Kakanya and Ezra and others could really like that for some damage. Increase all allies' crit rate / damage. Crit rate and crit damage. This bonus increases inversely with their HP. The lower the HP, the better. Simowise. This is literally a Simowise team. Bro, this is... Okay, Blue Pac, y'all cooking here, bro. So, everyone's losing HP upon attacking, which, whenever they attack, they're gaining the stack for Simowise, because Simowise had a really hard time with maxing out her passive to be able to use her AoE attack during her array. So now you could still have a main DPS. I think they're still missing a main DPS that wants to be at low health. But this is pretty big for Simowise, because now Eternity is like, I mean, Eternity was already on that team, but now this is huge for that. We can keep everybody high. You're increasing the max HP to help it out. And she's also reducing damage taken, which the array from Simowise also does damage taken. So, like, that will just stack together. And you're giving crit rate and crit damage, which helps out because Simowise is giving the power. So you're getting a really nice life loss team. I like it. I like it. Of course, Jay wants to be in a team with low health, especially with his shields and stuff like that. we just gotta, and then his shields can help out by putting on top of the fact that they're taking less damage. Is this gonna be great for a raid? Probably not, but for other content, you could possibly, like in a roguelike or Utu, Limbo, you could probably be so tanky that you could beat the content. I like it if you can get it to work. All right, so Mr. Druvis, Circle of Life Enhancement. Circle of Life is now undispellable and significantly enhances damage dealt. It's kind of similar to what she had. Circle of Life now provides additional stat bonuses and increases pin rate against enemies affected by Petrify. It's kind of the same. Druvis now converts part of her own mental defense into attack for the entire team. Take with a grain of salt. Very weird wording. So from what I believed it to be before, she would take her attack, it was like every 1,000 attack that she had, she would convert that into extra, like it was damage or something like that. Now, the part where he says take with a grain of salt, it is really weird because converting mental defense into attack is strange. It's very, very strange because mental defense is gonna maybe max out for you being an R10 with a certain psi cube at like 800, 700 or 800, and then like maybe with higher resonance you can push it a little higher, maybe closer to 1,000. But like, how much conversion are we talking? Like, are we getting 300, 400, 500 attack, like, you know, straight up like what Kakanya has? I mean, you could have a high base attack team though, if you put like a Kakanya there and you have this helping out. So I don't know, but Petrify is still weird to use because there's only 2 Petrify units. So yeah. Main grit, Shemaine. So what did you get, Shemaine? When an ally casts their ultimate, grant them a buff that increases ult might. Okay, so he's a ult support. After Shemaine casts his ult, he consumes. It's appropriate, but oh, okay. So Nature's Blessing. Okay, yeah, I see. Translation error. So he probably consumes Nature's Blessing to grant Moxy to all allies, and then further increases allied ult might. So creating a. So if you put him in like a beast squad, like with how Desert Flannel used to be, but you just put him with people who like to ult, then he's giving everybody Moxy with his Nature's Blessing. And just doing a straight up ult might team. His cube gives ult might. So Lopera is able to give ult might. Also, Lopera gives crit rate. So you could kind of pair those two together to make something happen. And then she's giving Moxy to everybody, which helps out everyone's rotations. Okay. I mean, he could also help out someone like Gutsy help Gutsy get his ults off, because like they're both reality. So, but you know, that's only in a reality team, but I can kind of see it. It doesn't, making him an ult might support and Moxy support, like it's almost like that's what his Utu cards were doing. Honestly, for a lot of these characters, it just feels like they're Utu cards, but old Utu. But it doesn't make me want to use them. It just makes me want to think of different teams, I guess, to put them on. But yeah. And then Bjorn. East of Berlin. Increase Moxy gained or increase Moxy removed by ultimate. Weird wording, unsure. Okay, I understand. Further reduces damage taken from and damage dealt against enemies affected by stats down, negative status, and control statuses. Greatly enhances ultimate damage dealt. In addition, ultimate now inflicts an amount of random stats down and negative statuses. Prioritizes one that's not applied. And okay, so he puts this note that Lilia is the only one with 2 options, but only one can be active at a time. Now, Bun had asked me who was I going to buff. So out of all of these, which ones, I'll end this video with which ones do I think is worth it? Which ones do I think are cool? Babel, real specific. Just gonna be honest. Lilia, because of Lopera, being that she's gonna be a bully character, I'm leaning into Lilia. But then also because Willow's coming out, I'm leaning into Sotheby to see what her heal and her how many poison stacks she's gonna be giving. Eternity, I want to try, but I need another character that wants to be low health to really say how much I love this. But with her and Simowise, I could see this being crazy in certain comps. Maybe not raid comps again, but I'm talking about other stuff. I could see this being really, really fun. When I say crazy, I really mean fun. Druvis and Shemaine, like, I'm not really convinced on. Petrify is still an issue to deal with in certain stuff, and we just don't have a lot of characters. And then Shemaine, it's the problem is like I don't really if Desert Flannel keeps her buff, then I'll say yes for have an ult cycle team. But I'm not really convinced on Shemaine's just yet. I got to see how much ult might he's giving. I got to see how much Moxy's giving. We don't have values for this. We'll see this later today. But I'm just still not convinced. And Bjorn's is kind of just like, oh, okay, that's cool. But yeah, it's going to be Lilia or Sotheby. So, but guys, let me know what y'all think about these buffs. It's going to be in my Discord. The link should be down in the description. Let me know, bro. Because these buffs look very interesting. Hopefully on the next round, they buff up a character that you have been loving from the beginning. Anyways, guys, y'all have been great. Appreciate all your support. Make sure to sub up to the channel. Like the video as well. And I will be summoning for Willow. So make sure you're there. I will try to be there on time if I can. I'll be coming from a job, so it'll be hard. But we'll be pulling. Anyways, you lucky gamers, have a good one. Lucky Lucks out.